Vance Christian, charged with aggravated vehicular homicide, stopping after accident, and aggravated vehicular assault.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Vance, or Miss, is it Christian Vance?
Last name is Christian.
Vance Christian.
Okay, this is backwards on here. Okay, Mr. Christian, good morning. You have had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Jablonski this morning from the Public Defender's Office, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, then it's my understanding that you are, is he waiving?
He's waiting, Judge.
Okay, that you are waiving your right to preliminary hearing this morning in the Cleveland Municipal Court, is that true?
I don't believe what is that? I don't.
The hearing, the probable cause hearing that you spoke to Mr. Jablonski about this morning.
He never said anything about it. But
Judge, we did have a discussion about his preliminary hearing. He's waived it, so.
Okay. Mr. Christian, so what you have a right to in this court is what's called a preliminary or a probable cause hearing. At that hearing, all the city or state of Ohio has to prove is that probably a crime took place and probably you were involved in it. It's a very low standard. It's not the same standard as having your case proven beyond a reasonable doubt. When and if your case is transferred to the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas, you will have the right to have your case proven beyond a reasonable doubt and have all the rights associated with the trial. Today you had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Jablonski, and he's indicated that through your discussions, you did discuss waiving the right to that preliminary hearing. That would just enable this to move forward to the grand jury. They will make a determination of formal charges.
okay, yes.
Okay, so that's what you want to do is waive that hearing?
Yeah, but so it could be years before I get to the court.
It will not be years before you get to court. You will get to court, they will present this to the grand jury, I would guess, due to the nature of this case, in some form of short order. And then your case will proceed through the Court of Common Pleas, I mean, as fast as they could allow it to. Okay? Is that, so you do want to waive your right to preliminary hearing? I just want to be clear.
Preliminary hearing is what? So,
The preliminary hearing is the probable cause hearing that I just described. So option number 2 is to demand a preliminary hearing. If you demand a preliminary hearing, that'll be held within 7 to 10 days, and most likely the court or the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office will present your case to the grand jury before that hearing date. So it's unlikely you will actually have that hearing, but you do have a right to demand one if you would like to.
waive it.
Okay, so I'm going to indicate then for the record that you are doing so, you are waiving your right to preliminary hearing knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily with the help of the public defender and with my explanation. Next thing we're going to discuss is your bond. So I am going to hear first from the state of Ohio and then from Mr. Jablonski as to bond, okay? All right. Mr. Torres,
Thank
could you
you,
just
Your Honor.
speak up, please?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. The state will ask for at least a $500,000 bond. The defendant has a history for substance abuse cases, including multiple attempted possession of drugs, attempted possession of drugs, one DUI as well. The last offense he has in his record is from 2019, an attempted possession of drugs. In this case, the victim was riding a bicycle with his 3-year-old child. His 10-year-old daughter was in another bicycle. An independent witness verified that seeing the defendant's large SUV at a high rate of speed, hitting the bicycles. It was reported that the defendant at one point stopped, got back in the vehicle, and fled the scene. The 3-year-old child died as a consequence of this incident. The state, again, will ask for at least a $500,000 bond.
Mr. Jablonski?
Judge, thank you. Your Honor, Mr. Christian lives in the city of Cleveland. He is employed. He does construction. Judge, he has a fairly minimal criminal history. He has no felonies in the past 8 years, no offenses of violence, no FTAs in the last 2 years. He does have that one DUI, Judge, that was 21 years ago. We'd ask the court to take that into consideration. Thank you.
$400,000 cash surety. There is going to be no contact with Paul Hudspeth as a condition of that bond. Okay?
Alright.
Good luck to you, sir.
$400,000, sir, you can step out.